I think when I was in the minor leagues, really nothing did, there was a bunch of people just like me, because once you get up to a certain level, everybody has talent. Everybody is very physically gifted, throws hard, runs fast, hits the ball far. At some point, everybody does their little thing that is their special niche, right? But everybody has a version of that. So at some point, what happens is mentally you have to be better than the next guy. So when I was in the minor leagues on my teams, especially when I was with the Braves, I came up with the Braves as a young player, drafted right out of high school. And when I was with the Braves, I wasn't really physically or mentally mature yet. And so I saw guys on my team all the time. And when I was in rookie ball, I thought I was the baddest man on the planet. But each year that I got up, so I went to A ball, I went to high A, double A, triple A. Each year I got removed from high school, I started looking at my teammates and going, wow, these guys are really good. And you start comparing yourself to others, and what that does is it takes the focus off what you're trying to do. When I came out of high school, I really thought I was going to be in the minor leagues for 2 years. I was the baddest pitcher on the planet. And each year I got less and less confident in my abilities because I stopped focusing on my abilities and I started focusing on everybody else's abilities. When I was traded to the Cardinals, I got a chance to say, all right, why was it I was traded? Okay, he thinks I was mentally weak. I'm never going to get there. Why was I sent home from the Arizona Fall League? Okay, because he thinks that I'm mentally weak and I'm never going to get there. And then fast forward to the Cardinals, and I'm starting to kind of turn the page a little bit, and I'm just thinking to myself, all right, I got to start hanging around other people. I got to start watching and really trying to learn. And so I get called up to the big leagues very briefly. I pitched 2 innings. I got lit up. And I was the only player sent home from the big leagues before they went off to play in the playoffs. Albert Pujols hits this dramatic home run against Brad Lidge in Houston. And I wasn't there to see it because I was the only player that was sent home. And when I got sent home, Tony La Russa said, yeah, we can't use you. There's nothing you can do for us to help win this game. All right, so that's the second or third time I'm hearing this now. So before, when I heard it, I would look at everybody and go, all right, you're crazy. You obviously don't understand what talent is and how great players are going to be. Something's wrong with you. But you hear it 2 or 3 times, then you start saying, all right, maybe the problem is not them, maybe the problem is me. And so it allowed me to be a good self-evaluator for the first time in my career. Good players, they have an ability to look at themselves honestly and know where they need to improve. And good players have an ability to be stubborn to an extent also. It's a really fine line. You have to know who you are as a player and be comfortable in that, while also having ears to listen to people who are going to help you improve. What separates me from the other guy is eventually I was able to step onto the mound. In my preparation, after I got sent home from Houston, I made a vow to myself, I made a vow to the Lord that from every single pitch going forward, I was going to step onto the mound and I was going to throw that pitch, that practice throw in the backyard, wherever it was. I was going to throw it like it was so important. It was the last pitch of the World Series. And so when I showed up to spring training, I had a different presence on the mound because of this newfound authentic confidence that I had. It's one thing to say you're good. It's a whole nother thing to believe it. And so finally, for the first time in my career, I believed that I was good. It wasn't about putting this outward thing out so everybody could see it. This was all real inside. I believed it. I'll show you because it's real. It worked. So I stepped onto the mound to throw my first pitch in the bullpen. And our pitching coach, who had me the year before, says, something's different about you. What is it? There's something different. And I said, just watch. The last regular season game, I closed out the NLDS, the National League Championship Series, and the World Series. And Tony La Russa calls me into the office the next day when I'm going to clean out my locker, and he says, how did you do that? That was amazing. You were terrible last year, and you just closed out the World Series. What did you do? How did you do this? He said, you were a rookie. How did you do it? I said, what do you mean? I had already closed out the World Series 62 times in the regular season. and 7 or 8 times in the spring training before that, and 1,000 throws in the backyard and on the practice fields in the off season. I closed out the World Series over and over and over and over and over and over again. Today was just like, it was everyday things. So another long answer to a short question, but it is all about me finally accepting who I was as a player and making the most of my own unique talents and abilities, believing in myself that I was going to get the job done no matter what, and going out there and performing.